That's Virginia, man.
I had
Virginia, man.
I had a customer up in Rochester and Minneapolis area. Luckily, I don't have that account no more. It was minus 30 and 40 over there. So I was just like,
Did you just say to hell with the customer? Glad I don't have them found. Wow. That's
not no
Jason
more.
fired
fired
the customer. The customer ain't fired him.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We got a balmy 66 on Saturday, but it's real rainy. It's what we're expecting in the Charlotte area.
Okay.
Hey,
Doesn't get above 50 the rest of the week, though.
I was about to say, whatever you get, I normally get a little bit about the same. So
yeah, right now it's a balmy 20 outside.
in Chicago, the high today was 7. Currently it's 3. The low tonight is -2.
I was about to say, it's about the same here. We had a high of about 9, 10, something like that. And
yeah.
Jeez, man.
But I don't think it's gonna get. I think it's gonna stay in the single digits here.
Wait a minute, hold up, Lonice. We get the rain, but I'm gonna hit 72. I'm hitting 72, baby. 72 degrees.
Hey, look, like I said, this we're here.
Look, first of all, I'm okay with it being cold right now because it's winter time. So it's cold and it's supposed to be. I feel good about that. Like I'm okay with it.
Jason, calm down, man. It's don't worry about it.
If you can sprinkle me a little snow,
too, huh?
I'll be straight.
I got the delay. I saw it. Jay, don't
Yeah,
even, you know what? Let me switch around here to Malcolm. Nah, I ain't watching that game. I don't even care because he already knows what's about to happen, man. But anyway,
See,
man.
I'm just a fan of seasonal weather. If it's winter and it's cold, I'm cool. I do not like December in '85.
Right,
December
like that's ridiculous.
On December 22nd, my heat was running at 5 in the morning. The air conditioning was running at 2 in the afternoon.
Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that?
I hate that.
When that thing just stays on and just keeps switching. I'm like,
yeah, that's ridiculous. So I'm okay. Everybody's like, it's cold. It was January and it's the winter time. So yes, bring on the cold. Like what I don't want is 25 degrees in May. Don't want that. That's gonna tick me off. It's gonna jam me up completely.
So let me.
Well, to be honest, up in Cleveland, and I know in the Chicago areas, up in them Detroit, all them north
side,
areas,
baby, north side,
right on the North Shore.
Shore, baby, North Shore.
There is no such thing as turning the AC on in December. When it's winter, it's winter. I don't remember ever saying, "Man, it's warm for." It's 60 degrees. Heck no.
Yeah, I was in Philly last week. I was in Philly last week, and at no point was anybody like, "Let's flip on the switch for the air conditioner." What?
Oh, that's a great segue. That's a great segue into your Philadelphia Eagles. That's
Is that how we gonna start?
That's how we can get it going, baby. Because
what
the hell happened?
You ain't got nothing to be ashamed of.
No,
hey man,
fly, Eagle, fly.
No, I'm just saying. I wanted them to win.
Look here, man. I feel good about it because, as everyone knows, I have my mind right for 2-14. We overachieved this season. We played with house money on Saturday. We lost, but it was okay.
What house money are you talking about?
We weren't supposed to be there, man. Look, we were not.
In the NFC East? Tell me who was.
No, they weren't playing in the NFC East. They were playing in the ACC.
Dallas should have took it to everybody.
The NFC East was god awful, but we weren't supposed to win that division. Like, it wasn't supposed. It was. We overachieved. I realized that.
I can say you weren't supposed to lose the division.
Nobody really wanted to win it for a minute. Like everybody was like, "Here, you take it." It was a hot potato. Here, you have it. No,
what's
you
a minute?
take it.
16 games.
That's right. Right. So it's like, here, no, you have it. Hell, even in that game with Dallas, several times we were like, "No, y'all take it. It's okay. We don't want it."
Don't worry. The Giants said we don't even want it at all.
And the
Giants said we don't even want it.
Redskins can't even get out of their own way right now. So
man, the Redskins were.
They can't even get into their own way.
But it was. Man. I will say it was hype. I was excited because I was there when the Dallas game took place. City was all the way live. I really wanted to spend rent money to go to the game on Saturday. But glad I didn't because I'd have felt some kind of way about that after they lost.
I was about to say, sitting in that cold and watching them lose, that's not. So that's what I told people.
Today's conversation would have gone completely different had I gone to the game.
Yeah, I told people, sitting in the dome watching the Colts lose, it wasn't that big a deal at times. You were sitting in the dome.
Yeah. But yeah, sitting out there in the cold, I'd have felt some kind of way about it. But
Nah, you just felt cold.
I'd have felt some kind of way if I'd have spent rent money. I promise. I
It would have been a lot of muting. It would have been a lot of muting going on.
Yeah, you've been out of control with the mute. But I still think at the end of the game, like I was a little frustrated because I thought we had a chance to win. If they'd have just, defense would have just given up the ghost and let them score, and we'd have had 2 minutes and some change to give the company the ball back.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have got back down there and scored, kind of like Florida State, and then it would have been, an awesome weekend. But hey.
Yeah, I understand.
The Eagles won't. Now I don't have to deal with the Eagles coming to Charlotte on this weekend and getting beat by the Panthers.
That's what I was hoping for.
Oh, that's what you wanted? That's what you wanted?
Yes. I needed some post material for the site, man.
So you could have tagged me in a whole bunch of stuff?
Man, I'd have tagged you on every other line I'd have posted. No, I'm just kidding.
That's okay. And I would have been at that game in the cold.
Oh, I might have been at that game.
Eagles down.
Don't get it twisted. I'm trying to get to that Carolina game this weekend. Don't even get it twisted.
That's gonna be a good game.
I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. But speaking of sitting in the cold and being mad when your team lose, how about them cats up in Cincy? Is anybody ready to snipe somebody right now? And did y'all see Stephen A. Smith the last 2 days about Marvin Lewis? Oh my!
No,
I'm sorry. OMG!
Let me jump in here for this.
Jason, you take the floor.
AFC North representative.
He gonna tell you.
Stephen A. Smith has been calling for Marvin Lewis's job for the last 2 days.
Yes.
He's been saying he deserves to be fired because he's been there 11 years. They made the playoffs like 2 times. I think it's really like 5 times.
He's made
it. They have not won a game.
Never been close. They've never been close.
0-5.
Right.
And never been close in the game.
Yep. So, with what Stephen A. is saying, he's been getting a lot of flack. And just from what he is saying, if you're being, with all things equal and totally objective, he's not saying anything that's that's not true. And he's saying something that can be justified. But this is the Cincinnati Bengals. There is no justification. This is AFC Cowboys. So it doesn't even matter. Mike Brown is going to run the team the way he wants to run the team because his daddy started the team. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way it's going to be. He run it. He the GM. He's the king. That's how it goes. So he want Marvin Lewis. Marvin Lewis want Andy Dalton. All Bengals fans.
Don't get me wrong.
Hey, go ahead, Prev.
What though?
Okay, I can't hear you.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
There's the rationale for firing Marvin Lewis is pretty much dead on, but you got to keep in mind that it is the Bengals. And before Marvin Lewis, they had made the playoffs last win. Wasn't Sam Weish coaching that team?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah,
it's been.
I think, but it's kind of like who was it? Trent Dilfer was talking about Andy Dalton because everybody's like it's all Andy Dalton's fault. It's not all Andy Dalton's fault because the coach is indicative of how the team plays. At some point, you got to lay some of that on Marvin. And I love Marvin Lewis.
That's true.
I love it.
You fired Marvin to get to Rich Cote.
But if you can't get that guy together, shake the tree. But like Trent Dilfer said, you're not going to go to the ticket tree in the back and pull off a Hall of Fame quarterback. That's not how it works. You're not going to go to the ticket tree in the back and pull off a Hall of Fame coach. They're rare. You're not going to find them everywhere. So if
shake this tree, it's pretty likely to fall down.
If Marvin Lewis is, he's not a bad coach. He just needs something else. I'm not sure if it's like just a better quarterback or what.
Well, the thing is,
all I'm saying is let Marvin go out in a blaze of glory, 3-13. Because it's just around the corner. It can happen.
So you want him to get fired at 10-6 like Lovie Smith, right?
No, I don't want to see him get fired at 10-6.
All I know is you can't go against the logic of him not doing. Not getting the playoff win in 11 years, but like I said, it's just like anything else. It's like who you gonna bring in and what's gonna really happen. Because
if you don't have anybody better, then you stick with what you got.
Sometimes people are just good coordinators, but not good coaches.
North Turner.
North Turner is the classic example of somebody that can't run a team.
And Wade Phillips.
Phillips. They will coordinate you to death and hook you up. Don't let them run a team.
Win a Super Bowl with those guys.
Dom Capers, guys like Dom Capers.
Okay.
Just stay up in the booth, dog. Just stay up in the booth.
Hey,
we got a laundry list of cuffs. We got a laundry list.
To further reiterate, with my man Jason here, I'm just gonna put it like this. A long time ago, the Browns fired Marty Schottenheimer for losing too many AFC Championship games. What have they done?
Ed had Bill Belichick.
Marty Schottenheimer should have never been fired, Prev. I feel you, dude. Marty Schottenheimer said, "Okay, I'm gonna go take Kansas City to the playoffs."
But every time Marty
I'm gonna go
fired,
take San Diego to the.
But
to
every
the
time Marty got fired, he shouldn't have gotten fired. That's the funny thing that cracks me up about Marty.
Bama's be firing him because he get to the championship and not over the. He's not getting over the hump.
What's up, Dolla?
We could do better.
We can do better. And so you can do better, San Diego, and you got North Turner.
The Browns said they could do better.
Speaking of San Diego, they're going to mess around and win the Super Bowl. Man, Cats better stop sleeping on that team. They are playing a lot better than 8-8.
They are.
Hey,
they are playing way better than 8-8. And doggone it, Phillip Rivers is
that crazy
managing the heck out of these games.
He only threw the ball 16 times.
That's what I said. He's managing the heck out of these games.
A whole game.
Ryan Matthews decided to be healthy.
Ryan Matthews has had a solid season. I know because I've had him in fantasy football.
He decided to be healthy the whole season.
MVP of that team is Danny Woodhead. I don't care what y'all say.
BWB. BWB.
Danny Woodhead.
BWB.
But I told Kaz, I said the Chargers are messing around and go beat Hurry this weekend. Hurry better get his act together early.
Hey.
I'm just saying, man.
Hey, it's not.
It's not.
I mean, but you know what?
It's not far-fetched at all. It's not
far-fetched. All I'm gonna say is, at least we can count on nobody actually embarrassing themselves like the Chiefs did.
Man,
I have no word. I'm not gonna say anything. Y'all can talk about that.
T Dolla, go ahead and jump in on the.
Yeah, go ahead, Dolla.
Y'all think that was? Y'all thought that was embarrassing? Putting up 45 points or 44 points? I think that was embarrassing. I thought they
lose.
True, I feel you.
But Dolla,
a fall from a head loss.
They were up by 28 points and lost. But my problem with it is that everybody's trying to blame Alex Smith. No, Alex Smith did his job.
Ooh, everybody's trying to blame Alex Smith.
I haven't heard that yet.
I think they blame the other person that starts with an A, Andy Reid.
No, but how about the defensive coordinator? Because if your offense, and by the way, Alex Smith got you 38 points with Jamal Charles going out at 6th play of the game with a concussion that I'm still not sure how it happened.
Prev, you calling the timeout?
Andy Reid, timeout. You mean I'm out?
I mean, everybody, they were like, no, Alex Smith did this, and no, Alex Smith did exactly what he was supposed to.
He made one mistake. That really.
I give my team 44 points, and by the way, my backup running back to that dude. Both of them dudes go out, and my starting wide receiver.
And your best deep threat goes out.
All gone before halftime. And I put up 44
secondary.
points. Damn it, we're supposed to win that game. And you need to call them dudes on the other side that was supposed to stop them clowns from scoring.
I mean, somebody I know who hates Dwayne Bowe with his very lifeblood, like the man killed his mother or something, which didn't happen because my mother's still alive.
That was an ice water comment. What?
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the one that's really. I got it.
Yeah, y'all born on the same day. So. Yeah. I mean, we were talking. I was like about that last play, and I was like, you know what? I think there was I was watching that play, and I just gave credit to the defensive back.
You damn right.
Push out.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, he didn't give Smith anywhere to throw the ball. I was like, well, that's sort of true because he probably didn't line up right. Probably lined up a little too wide. And the weird thing was he came off the line, and the first thing he was doing a yard out was looking over his shoulder. So he didn't really have any real awareness of where he was. But it could have been an option route. It could have been a stop fade. It could have been any of those things. But the point is like when the ball got there, it got in his hands. He had maybe a 50-50 chance of getting his feet in, but the guy, and that was the end of it.
But my point is, we're talking about that play like it should have happened. That play should have never happened. The game should have been over a long time ago. That's the point I'm trying to tell everybody. Everybody's talking about all the stuff Alex Smith did with the intentional grounding. I was like, it should have never came to that. You never up 28 points. If you gotta kneel on the ball 3 times in each possession in the second half, you still got a better shot at winning that game. I'm like, get off of there on Alex Smith and Bo on that play, man. That's on Reed. That's on the defense and on Andy Reid's clock management.
Terrible.
Didn't they have a significant amount of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, or was that not true?
When they lost Brandon Flowers, but I guess that's the point too, Dolla. They started losing people. The last thing you need, if there's ever a time to go into a prevent defense, when you start losing people, maybe that's the time. Maybe we're up 3 scores. We don't have our best corner. We ain't got our best pass rusher. Let's put a bracket around these boys and just keep everybody in front of us. That's the thing that was killing me.
They were definitely losing guys so fast. You had all those injuries,
but you didn't adjust to those injuries.
That's what I was ready to get to, because they were losing guys so fast. They were clearly having a hard time communicating whatever adjustments could have made.
Injuries was definitely a factor. But we can talk about how Green Bay can't beat San Francisco all of a sudden.
No, we ain't got to do that because that goes without saying.
But I'm saying, though, man.
It doesn't.
I can't knock anybody for that game. I thought that was a great game. I thought Green Bay, they played well. Aaron Rodgers coming off of a long we only expect Aaron Rodgers, the great quarterback that he is, to come back and be great after that performance that he put up against the Bears. So I think I thought it was a well played game, and I was surprised that San Francisco pulled it out. I didn't think that Aaron Rodgers would lose 3 times in a row to San Francisco. But, let's just face it, San Francisco, they built to play in any conditions.
They could beat you up,
in any type of game. Yeah. And I can't see them losing unless they just can't get over physically, unless they can't get over physically from the battle that they just had this previous week, and they go against Carolina, who's another physical team who's coming off rest.
They pantsed them earlier this year.
Exactly.
Yeah, 1 point, but best by 1 point.
But I guess my thing, like you said, man, they when they on their A game, and their A game is beating you up. That's their A game. And oh, by the way, Michael Crabtree is pretty good.
Okay,
Michael Crabtree is pretty. This just in. Michael Crabtree is a number 1. He's a monster.
Well, finally, if you give him his money, he'll do that.
But not even that. If you
don't give him his money, he ain't gonna do that. You know I'm right. Take that man
most of this
and you
season.
Get results.
He came back. He came back from his injury, and he had a heck of a game.
He's fresh.
He's well rested and fresh. But now here's the thing. So everybody's pretty confident that the Saints are going to go to Seattle and get, land-basted this weekend.
Pretty much.
So again, I say, I'm going to go back to my point that I made earlier this season.
Here we go.
Going to Seattle, who's going in there and beat them? Because as you just said, the 49ers thing is we're going to beat you. We're going to smack you around, beat you, and smack you around.
Which is Seattle's thing.
Which is Seattle's thing, but it's the Panthers' thing. Whoever comes out of the game in Charlotte has to go to Seattle. I'm thinking the Seahawks are going to be able to smack them around a little bit more, because guess who doesn't pack a smacking game? The Saints. Seattle's about to be chilling.
Oh, wait a minute, though. Rob Ryan's defense is ranked, I think, 4th in the NFL. So they got some smackers. They got some smackers over there.
Did you see them in Seattle a couple weeks ago?
Playoffs race. Nope.
Yeah, playoffs are a different category.
New season.
And even though I don't think the Saints have much of a chance to go into Seattle and win, they are the type of team that if they can get on them early with their offense and they're on that turf and they can score early, they can get the 12th man out of the game. And then it becomes an even contest because that crowd's not in it as much as they would be if Seattle had the lead. Now, Seattle struggles in scoring points. So it's possible. I don't think it's likely, but it's possible.
After what we saw this weekend, I'm not calling nothing. I'm going to watch it. I mean, let's be real about that. I mean, what we just saw last night. I mean, sports is fickle, man. I mean, on paper, the Saints supposed to get crushed. I don't know. I just can't call. I'm not going to say it.
Now, and Seattle didn't look good against Arizona that last game at home.
Mm-hmm. But
Arizona, they let Carson Palmer go up and down the field.
Yeah, but Arizona's defense is that whole division.
But it was their offense that was putting it work.
Yeah, Arizona, they don't protect, they don't run.
And remember, Seattle keep losing people to suspensions and stuff.
Because everybody got to
got one more person to take a hit. And it's going to be a wrap.
Ricky Williams. Right. But they legalized it in Seattle. They legalized it in Seattle, but just not in the league.
They just put it in the coffee. They just put it in the coffee. They just put it in the coffee. That's all.
Yeah, we'll see. They need to stop drinking Seattle's best. Okay. Stop drinking Seattle's
Starbucks,
best.
No Seattle's best.
None of that.
Why you at it? Lay off the Dunkin'.
But I think honestly, I think the two teams that are built to play the same type of ball are the teams that's going to be playing in Carolina this weekend. Now, are they going to be beat up from the game? They say the Saints will
survive that.
And if they can go, I mean, yeah, on paper, the easy call is to pick Seattle. And nobody's really arguing that, but at the same time, but there's two teams that can do it. I mean, give Carolina and San Francisco their credit. San Francisco's playing good ball. What, 6 out of the last 7 or 6 in a row or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's like 6
and Carolina's won 6 out of the last 7 out of the last 8. Hey, everybody's playing good ball. Let's see what happens, man. But I wouldn't be surprised the Saints. I wouldn't be surprised the Saints hang in the game for a while though. I would this time around. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it's gonna be a shellacking like last time.
Yeah,
so you think they're gonna figure out
any of these games?
So you think they're gonna figure out that they need to change their communication for the offense?
No, what they need to change is to stop worrying about trying to get the ball to Jimmy Graham and run the football. That's what they need. But
they need to also change the communication because that's where they got jammed up in Seattle. Is that all of their things? They're flash. They do a lot of things. They're like Peyton Manning. I'm gonna do all these changes at the line of scrimmage. You can't do that in Seattle.
But if you run the football, you ain't got to worry about that. Run the football.
But that's the thing. They couldn't check out of that to run either. They had passing plays. You can't check out of that to run if nobody can hear you and you don't have a silent count.
You can run on Seattle. You can run on Seattle.
You can run on Seattle.
If you stay consistent, you can get some yards on the ground and shorten the game.
But my thing is this. Is Sean Payton going to come off of what he does and not get out-coached again?
He did it against y'all. He got
out-coached.
But he ran the ball against y'all.
No,
but everybody can run the ball against Philly. Everybody can run the ball against
Philly. But my point is the same thing as Andy Reid. He actually did do it, though. Even Andy Reid could have ran the football, too, but he didn't do it. So my point is Sean Payton's thinking, okay, I can't go into this game thinking the same thing I thought last time. He's got to go in with a wrinkle. That wrinkle is Mark Ingram. That's the wrinkle right now, I think.
Maybe.
I think what's probably going to happen is that, and they brought this point up on the Ohio State game, is that if you notice when Ohio State runs their offense, Braxton Miller clap. Hold on, just you see where I'm going with this. What they got is that when Braxton Miller claps his hands, they said the linemen tend to hear through that with the crowd noise. Now, granted, this is Seattle where it's the loudest and which is unorthodox compared to other stadiums. But what Sean Payton's probably going to have to do, and I agree with Lonice that they're going to have to do something different, where they're going to have to start doing some type of signals or something else that's going to change it up. Because
see these things right here?
Hand signals. They're going to have
that's my thing.
Or he's going to have to just have his guys start reading the defense themselves and know that the play's got to change. You know what I'm saying? So
or they can pull out the card. They can pull out the cards of Beyonce and Jay-Z
and Kim Kardashian.
Or they can call Chip Kelly for the cheesesteak cards. There's lots of things. But my point is this: last time they didn't do any of that. And this time, do you think they're going to make those changes? Because one of the things that they always tell you to in football and in sports in general, do what got you here.
But they didn't. But that's the point.
Don't change it now.
But Lonice,
matchups.
They changed it for that game beforehand, so they might as well change it again. They weren't doing that before they went to Seattle. They won't. What you need earplugs for?
Pete, I'm on your side on this, man. I mean, yes, going
Pete on that.
Going up to Seattle.
So you got faith in the coach? That's all I'm asking.
No.
I do. I mean, I think that Sean Payton's one of the better coaches in the league. And,
okay, so you
if I'm
think
a
he's going to change it up to do better than he did the last time?
Mr. Offside kick in the Super Bowl. Hey,
yeah. Listen, Sean Payton.
I'm not saying that Sean Payton is
Sean Payton is a good coach. I don't think he needs to change up a lot. I mean, I understand that the crowd noise is a factor in Seattle, but I think that in the Saints locker room and in locker rooms throughout the NFL, they're not afraid to go to Seattle because of some crowd noise. Yes, it's a factor, but that's not going to be what's going to determine the outcome of the game. It's going to be the physicality at the line of scrimmage. That's really, going back to what Pete's saying, running the ball. The Saints didn't want to do that last time they played. From the last game that I saw, the first week of the wild card weekend was sent with New Orleans. The way that they played physical. They ran the football. They had a commitment to run the football. I think that's going to continue, and then we're going to see a different game in Seattle.
And Prev, you were like this. The physicalness doesn't stop at the line. They were beating the receivers up. You see what I'm saying? They were beating Jimmy Graham up. So
well, that's what I was going to get at.
Yeah,
1 through 8 need to stop being Jimmy Graham. Graham's not open. Let me look at Graham. Okay, Graham's not open. Let me look at Graham. Graham's not open. Let me check out where's Graham.
And Sproles was injured that game. He didn't play a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true.
It could be different.
And Mark Ingram's fresh.
Mark Ingram is running like a beast right now.
He's fresh. He hasn't been playing like he hasn't been grinding all season.
If you told me pick a game, I'm picking Seattle, but I'm not picking it like it was back 3-4 weeks ago. I just think it's going to be a much closer game.
Hey, real quick, let me ask, what do y'all think about this? The non-hip hop coach Charlie Strong. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I think Charlie Strong would make a good position coach. Maybe a coordinator.
They got it all wrong. I don't know what happened. They just got it all wrong.
I don't know why they had to go through it so fast.
They didn't even talk to me about it. Why didn't they talk to me? I'm the booster. I run this money. Why didn't they talk to me about it?
I don't understand that. I don't think that's a good fit.
You don't think it's a good fit, Dolla?
No, I don't think it's a good fit at all. I mean, I just don't think that he can fit into the culture of the University of Texas.
Is he not the same in the same perspective as Kevin Sumlin? I mean, we thought the same kind of with him coming in, right?
Well, I just don't believe in Charlie Strong's family values. I don't think he has the right family values in order to really recruit well in the state of Texas and to be able to perform this job.
I'm just trying to say. Remember in the past broadcast? Remember when the past broadcast did I not bring this up?
Everybody out there, the Double S Project has just gone into sarcastic gear.
Jason Simmons has not gone to sarcastic mode. Jason Simmons is saying the realness that he said about 4 podcasts ago when he broadcasts ago when he said there's some other stuff going on when a coach
deep in the heart of Texas.
I'm just saying,
Texas.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Other stuff
that all money. Black gold.
Black gold, that is.
If there was ever
Texas
any doubt,
tea.
If there's any doubt in our hearts, Ed McCombs keeps it real. Let you know.
The bubbling brew.
Hey, look, Red McCombs is just letting us know that some folks aren't cut out for certain leadership positions.
Right. And Lou Holt said he is not a hip hop coach. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop coach. Now, I'm just asking Double S Project.
Are you kidding?
What is a hip hop football coach?
Oh my
Can somebody help me out with that?
Wait, look, it's very self-explanatory, actually. I mean, if you look at Alabama, look at Nick Saban. That guy is dripping with hip-hop.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, when I look at Nick Saban, I see a football coach.
Homie.
I mean, I see a leader of men when I look at Nick Saban, when I look at Gus Malzahn, you know, when I look at all these guys.
Fisher.
Fisher. That's what a coach looks like. I'm not really high on someone anyway.
I'm just saying, Lou Holt said Charlie Strong is not a hip hop coach. I just want to know, do y'all know what a hip hop coach is?
I
guess Kevin Sumlin.
I guess Lou Holtz was a hip hop. I guess Lou Holtz was a hip hop coach.
Does Charlie Strong?
You didn't see Lou Holtz with his Jesus piece? He's got one.
No. Does Charlie Strong does he even speak English, or does he speak what Jameis Winston is speaking?
Yeah, I think
Hey,
no.
I'm just glad. I just hope that AJ McCarron's mom can understand, the Southern accents in Alabama, because Jameis Winston's from Alabama and she can't understand what he said.
That's cracking me up.
Hold on for a second. There's different parts of Alabama. It's just like there's Atlanta, and then there's other parts of Georgia. So make sure you understand. You should, of all people, I would think Mr. Simmons would understand that. But
I absolutely understand it. I'm just trying to figure out.
But I'm gonna tell you this on that Winston note, and I'll just leave it and I'll let you guys speak. Just be glad that Nick Marshall and Auburn didn't win, or it would have been much worse. Just know that. Just know that.
True story.
Yes. Speaking of, that was a great game.
Man, let's talk about that game, man. I love that game. Actually, was pretty good. Actually, man.
It was fun.
Can we agree that Trey Mason was the best player in the field last night?
That boy is nice.
I can see him in a Cleveland Browns uniform.
I can see him in a Dolphin uniform. What you talking about?
I would like.
He was good. He was bitter about the Heisman thing, though. He might get on about the Heisman thing.
He might get on the Redskins if RG3 let him on the team.
Oh, if RG3 says so. Yeah, draft him. But wait a minute. RG3 has a lot to say.
He might still RG3 shine. I don't think he's gonna make it on the team.
He is definitely not a cornball because this man is running the ball.
Well, you know what? Since you brought it up, let me ask you this.
Oh my God! Why?
Oh man!
But here's the thing. Here's the question: is Trey Mason too hip hop? Is Trey Mason?
He's a hip hop football player. He is actually a hip hop football player.
Well,
we want our running backs to be hip hop. We want our coaches to be cornball. So
there's a difference. You don't want a hip hop coach. You need hip hop players.
Exactly. That's it, Lonice. That's it. Lonice framed it perfectly.
Yeah, you don't want a hip hop coach.
Oh man, y'all
hip hop player. You need a leader of men for your coaching.
Cracking me up right there, man.
Okay. Wait a minute, Lonice. But just so we don't exclude anyone, we need rock and roll players also.
No, you're right.
We need heavy metal players.
So is Birdman a rock and roll basketball player then?
No, he's honorary.
No.
He's honorary.
He was on an honorary.
Okay.
He's Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Tory got the jersey. He's honorary.
Yeah.
That's a bronze dude.
Yeah.
He's Linkin Park.
Birdman. Birdman is Linkin Park.
He's the Macklemore of the Miami Heat.
He's Linkin Park.
No, he's not Macklemore because Macklemore really isn't hip hop. He's pop. Let's be clear. Yeah, Macklemore is not hip hop. He's pop.
Macklemore is not honorary.
He's kid.
Yeah.
Chris Anderson's more Eminem than Macklemore.
A little bit. Yeah, we give him that.
We'll give him that.
Asher Roth-ish type.
Yeah. But not
Asher Roth. There you go. That's some serious hip hop.
Asher Roth, right? A little bit of Asher Roth.
Did you just say Asher Roth?
Asher Roth. That's serious hip hop right there. If he played football,
that's an underground. That's an underground honorary hip hop right there, girl.
If he played football, Lou Holtz would not recruit him.
Sorry, that's an underground honorary.
Oh my God.
There you go.
That's underground strip mall.
Right.
Don't go too far underground. We got to start building railroads. But
Stop it!
But I did think that was a great game yesterday. I was surprised Florida State pulled that out.
Well, we had two quarterbacks.
Great game.
Well, let's talk about that play because
we must say that was a national championship.
We can understand
with two black quarterbacks. That is something.
That was a great way to close out the national championship. Everybody was on the edge of their seat. Everybody thought the game was over.
Every time you thought the game was over, it wasn't over. It's like,
I was falling asleep in the third quarter. I thought it was a wrap.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Auburn just stopped scoring points.
It just went crazy.
And they stopped scoring points. Defense. Well, I wasn't almost asleep because I was a nervous wreck because I was pulling for the Knowles.
I'm gonna go on my rant first. A couple things. This is kind of a long rant though. If they go, how they gonna get on the kicker when they weren't gonna get on the return team on that kickoff, where you had one guy, okay, he blew his hamstring.
Disregarded the lane, just totally ran out.
Hey, Jason, how about
the other guy?
What the hell?
where are you going?
Where are you going?
Looking like, junior high school. Looking like junior high school.
Yeah.
I mean, he went to the sideline.
Yes.
He just was like, okay, I'm going over there.
And then my man was like, oh, my hamstring. I was like, dang.
Oh, but see, what nobody's talked about is the third dude that stopped
That
and
stopped.
began to backpedal.
That stopped.
And began
in the
to
middle.
backpedal.
Right in the middle, he stopped. I saw that.
And began to backpedal.
Shaving points.
So
That's a shame.
So to me, as far as I'm concerned, that was where the game was won ultimately on that kickoff return.
And everybody thought it was over, but then it wasn't.
Yeah, and for me, my standard, I don't watch as much college football, but my standard for college football is these are kids. They're not professional athletes. So I understand that they're on the biggest stage and this is the highest level of collegiate football, but I don't expect a clean game. I mean, that's why with 4 minutes left in the game, you had 3 scores. Because this is college football.
Yeah. That's true, yeah.
That's the thing that I noticed, and like I said, I always start off my comments with saying I don't watch a ton of college football, but watching a game like the national championship game and seeing an SEC school go against a strong team from the ACC like Florida State, that was a real live game for me to watch. I mean, I was into the game. It wasn't all these gimmicky offenses like you see from the Pac-10 and what have you. All this option stuff that you see from teams like Ohio State. but it just seemed, I mean, it was just a good, but to me, it almost looked like a professional football game outside of the mistakes that, young kids make. But I mean, I was in awe of watching these kids play. And to piggyback off what Lonice was saying on Jameis Winston, is that's the one thing that you see in college that you don't see in the pros, is if you're good enough, you can physically take over a game as an individual. And Jameis Winston got to a point where he said, "I'm not passing, I'm going to run. And I'm going to get yards, and because I'm one of the best athletes on the field, you're not going to stop me because I'm one of the best athletes in the country." So I saw him do a couple of scrambles, and I was like, "Wow, all right, this kid, he's not going to go out just like he's going out now. He's going to give it his all in place." I wish there was a way I could put video clips in here to let y'all see this clip, but I hope y'all all got to see the basketball diplomacy clip from Dennis Rodman earlier today.
Oh!
Please tell me I got to see that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that
yet. I've been trying to figure out. I've been trying to figure out how this trade is going to work out for the Cavs.
Prev, he went ballistic on your boy with a cigar in his hand. I'm like, are you kidding me? How inward can you be?
That thing was awful. And let me be clear. Did you see all them dudes looking like, the hell did we sign up for?
You're wrong. No,
I'm telling you,
Dennis Rodman.
What's wrong with him?
I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you this right now. These cats are getting paid mad money.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm just sitting here like, if y'all managing y'all buddy straight, what the hell are you doing?
Exactly.
Flying to North Korea.
Right.
To mess around with Dennis Rodman.
We were watching it today at work. And people kept going, why are they there? I was like, why are they there? I was like, because they're broke. And that's why, because they're broke.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Mike Tyson
Dennis Rodman
asked me to go on a trip to Las Vegas right now, you better be paying me like $20 million to do that. Because if you said, look, if Mike Tyson said, look, I'm going to pay you $100,000 to go on a trip with me to Vegas, I would be like, I ain't taking that. I ain't about to be no hangover real life.
See, there you go. All right, I ain't messing with y'all.
You not doing hangover real life, Jay?
No. We ain't doing it.
I won't go back in the past then.
No, Hey, that's a good. Hey, appreciate that, Dolla.
Cut the podcast recording.
It's time to go. It's time to go down, man.